Hello and welcome to my channel where we bring you the latest innovations from all around the world, across all industries. Please subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss when we upload a new video. With cases of the coronavirus still rising fast and new hotspots cropping up in countries such as the United States, Brazil and Russia, scientists are racing to develop a vaccine against COVID-19. The race is on to find a vaccine to stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Countries around the world are using different vaccine technologies to try and find ones that can halt the pandemic. There are more than 102 candidate vaccines that researchers are working on, 9 of which are now being tested in clinical trials in humans. The words of British Professor Adrian Hill. With millions of people infected with the coronavirus from every country in the world, and hundreds of fatalities, the race to develop a vaccine against COVID-19 is truly a race against time. Several countries including the UK, the US, the EU and China amongst others are in the lead to be the first to develop a viable vaccine. China, the only vaccine candidate currently in Phase 2 trials is Ad5-nCoV, which uses a harmless non-replicating viral vector, essentially a sort of molecular transport, to carry vaccine antigens into the human cell. This is the same platform that the vaccine developer CanSino Biologics Inc., based in Tianjin, used for its Ebola vaccine. The vaccine was jointly developed with the Institute of Biotechnology of the Academy of Military Medical Sciences. The clinical trial will enroll 108 subjects and take place at Tongji Hospital in Wuhan, where the COVID-19 pandemic began. BioNTech's mRNA vaccine, Germany. BioNTech, working together with Pfizer, has just started testing its BNT162 vaccine in humans in global trials, initially in Germany with plans to follow this with tests in the USA and China. University of Oxford's viral vector vaccine, UK. The ChAdOx1 vaccine, developed by the University of Oxford, has started to be tested in human clinical trials. The team undertook animal trials in April at the Public Health England laboratory in the UK. Ferrets and macaques were injected with the vaccine, and then given an intranasal dose of the virus. These trials were promising as all 6 animals given the vaccine did not become infected with the virus. Beijing Institute of Biological Products inactivated vaccine, Beijing, China. Like the Wuhan Institute, this institute also belongs to China's state-run Sinopharm Group, and is working on this vaccine with the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Moderna's mRNA vaccine, USA. The first vaccine to enter Phase 1 clinical trials, investigating safety and efficacy in humans, skipping animal testing, for the time being, was the RNA vaccine developed by Moderna, Cambridge, Massachusetts, and funded by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases (NIAID), which is part of the U.S. National Institutes of Health. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases is headed by Dr. Anthony Fauci, who has become an unlikely celebrity in the U.S. due to his steadfast grip to science, sometimes contradicting President Trump at the White House Task Force coronavirus briefings. The vaccine is being tested on volunteers at the Kaiser Permanente Washington Health Research Institute in Seattle. Moderna expects to start Phase 2 trials within the next couple of months. Inovio Pharmaceuticals DNA vaccine, USA. Inovio put its INO-4800 DNA vaccine into human trials early in April. It is so far the only company with a Phase 2 vaccine against the related MERS-CoV. The company plans to start human clinical trials in the USA, and shortly after in China and South Korea. Shenzhen Geno-Immune Medical Institute's lentiviral vector vaccines, China. Although not yet in WHO's list of COVID-19 vaccines, the Shenzhen Geno-Immune Medical Institute has 2 candidate vaccines, LV-SMENPDC and the pathogen-specific AAPC, in the clinical trials registry as being in Phase 1 trials. Both potential vaccines work by using a lentivirus, a family of viruses that include HIV, to transport coronavirus DNA into the body to trigger an immune response. Sinovic's inactivated vaccine, Beijing, China. This inactivated vaccine has been tested on primates so far, and has protected rhesus macaques from contracting the virus, 3 weeks after being injected with the vaccine. Novavax's protein subunit vaccine, USA. Novavax is using a nanoparticle technology platform to generate antigens from the protein found on the spiky outer shell of the coronavirus. Several candidates are being tested in animal trials, with Phase 1 testing expected in the next month or two. University of Queensland, GSK's protein subunit vaccine, Australia. Researchers at the University of Queensland in Brisbane are using a patented vaccine development technique called a molecular clamp. They first create a synthetic version of the characteristic spike protein that covers the virus, as this can trigger an immune response in the human body. They then attach a clamp onto this synthetic protein to ensure it remains stable enough to trigger antibodies the protein would normally denature in the human body. The researchers expect to start human trials in July. And that brings us to the end of our video. With all these vaccine candidates being tested vigorously, the successful development of a vaccine against COVID-19 is there. So, don't say fake news. Do say social distancing. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more awesome news on technology innovations. Cheers.